Do you ever feel like your creative energy is just scattered in the wind? No, just me? No, you must also feel this. So often I start my workday having a plan in place, but not really knowing how to get things done. And everybody's different. So I'm gonna share some tips that have helped me in changing how I went from just like sitting at my desk, twiddling my thumbs, not really sure what to do, what to take action on, to moving to somebody who is happily knocking out tasks, managing my day well, and just doing the things that I know are going to move my businesses forward. I'm Lauren with The Smarter Creative, and I help creative small business owners work smarter rather than harder. Typically talk about systems, things, Dubsado, Flowdesk, Notion, that kind of stuff. Today I'm gonna give some time management tips that have just really helped me out. The first one is my Mondays are so stinking important. I'm someone that does not work on the weekends unless I need to, like something comes up. But typically I do not work Saturday and Sunday. I am not one of those girlies that can plan out my week on Sunday evening. I do not look at it until Monday morning. That means Mondays I have to be on it to put a plan in place, figure out what deadlines are, what needs to get done, and actually get it scripted for the week, especially with current client projects and with upcoming leads or people who I need to follow up with. Maybe there's some projects that are stalled out. I want to review all of my projects. I go into Dubsado to do that. And then I set out my tasks of who I needed to follow up with. And I love to time keep everything. And I use Sansama to really keep me on task and focus on what I need to do. Sansama is a beautiful app. It works for my brain, and it is a task management planner system, but it pulls in tasks from all these other different softwares, and it sets up recurring tasks really easily, and I love it. I could not stay organized without it at this point. I've been using it for a year, and it is worth every penny. If you want to try it out, I'll leave a link below, and you get a 2-week free trial. And then if you use my link, it gets you 1 free month, like a credit back for a free month. So give it a try if it sounds like something that might work for you and your brain. No worries if it doesn't, because we are all different. You just need to figure out a way to figure out what you need to work on this week and then schedule it out, make a map of it, plan it out. Which brings me to my second point, and we're gonna talk about time blocking. Having time blocks, that structure, it actually releases creativity and gives you something to focus on when you need to focus on it. It does not stifle the creativity. And I know it's scary to talk about time blocking and you want that freedom to do whatever, and I'm there, I'm with you. I take time blocking very loosely. Like, I'm not an avid time blocker. I literally like to just drag my tasks on using Sansama, figure out my time blocking for the day, and I just work a day at a time for time blocking. And I figure out what I want to do that day, and then there's some flexibility based on my energy level throughout the day, what I want to work on next, and it will readjust throughout my day to help me with that. But having it blocked out, it makes me figure out how much time a certain task might take me and be more realistic with my time. What happens otherwise, if you don't have a set time to do something, you are often, or at least I know I in the past, will get started on it and then we'll get distracted. Maybe an email comes up, a text message comes through, a Slack ping comes through, or you just had this random thought and you want to work on that and move whatever that is forward. Instead, turn off all your distractions, and when your time blocking session happens, when you say, okay, at 11 o'clock, I'm gonna start to work on this project, just do it. Give yourself 5 minutes to get into the flow, and at the end of those 5 minutes, if you're still not in flow, then give yourself the freedom to move on to something else, but more than likely at the end of that 5 minutes, you're ready to be in flow and to actually do that task. So I just mentioned it, but my third tip is saying no to those shiny objects of quick win distractions that pop up during the day. I'm not saying you say no like forever, but when you are working on something, don't allow those immediate pop-up requests to steal your attention. If you are going to be working for the next, say, give yourself an hour, or maybe you're just doing a Pomodoro method where you do 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. That 25 minutes, whatever time you are focused to being on, turn off your notifications. I personally, my Apple Watch my haptics are turned off, so that's not gonna notify me of anything. But my phone is somewhere else, like on the other side of the office, or I might throw it in the living room. I work from home, so it could just be in the other room. And I close out of my email and my Slack on my computer, or whatever might pop up and notify me and pull my attention. I close those out, and I'll check them again at my next break. Or perhaps you're somebody that's like really intense with your time and you only check your emails and your Slack messages like in the mornings and in the afternoons. Good on you. You are probably not watching this video though. I can't do that. I like checking in throughout the day. I like knowing what's going to be coming up. And typically when those things come up, if it's going to take me 2 minutes or less, I knock them out right then. But after I finish the task that I was working on, if it's gonna take me more than a couple minutes, I will often schedule it, put it in my Sensama to tackle at a later time and figure out when I want to work on that pop-up task. One other thing that helps me stay focused, if I'm not gonna put my phone like in the other room for whatever reason, maybe I'm working on a Pomodoro method, I want it close by, there is an app called Forest, and it brings my little Tamagotchi millennial heart like so much joy. It's the opposite of a Tamagotchi though, where the longer you ignore it, the more the plant is going to grow. So if you don't lift up your phone, you're actually growing a plant, growing a forest. It rewards you for you not picking up your phone. And it's just really nice. I don't know, it's definitely not, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't stop me from using my phone. I could still open up Instagram, open up my email, whatever it is, but having that tree growing just does enough to my brain to be like, do I really want to stop this? No. And it's a free app. I'm sure there's like a freemium upgrade or whatever, but I just use the free app and it's great. I love it so much. So we time block, we say no to distractions in order to get into that deep work focus. Oh, it's so good when you and your brain are working on the task at hand and you're able to focus on it and get into it and go into that focus zone. That is where the magic happens. That is where you're going to do your best work, when you just set out to do it. So if you can get into deep focus work, that is where so much of your time management issues are going to take care of themselves, because you're actually focused on the task at hand. And like your time is being managed. Like you're not having time management issues, you are managing your time. Now, along with managing your time, point 5 is along the side of meetings. Now, if you work for somebody else, like you have an employer, your meeting schedule might not be in your control. But if you are a solopreneur or an entrepreneur who has a small team and you know when your best time to work is, and you know how you really like when you want to have your meetings, you are in control of that. Just because somebody else takes meetings every single day from 9 to 5 does not mean that you have to as well. I personally limit the days that I take my inquiry calls on days that I know I'm not going to have deep client work that I'm going to be doing. I also don't allow scheduled meetings to pop up on my calendar in the next 24, sometimes 36 hours, because I don't want anything popping up immediately. I am not. Some people are like that. Some people are fine. They're like, oh yeah, pop up on my calendar whenever. And they love that distraction and it works for their brain. Not me. I am mapping out almost at all times my next 24 hours. Like, what am I going to be working on? And I cannot have anybody just jump on my calendar unless I know it's coming. Maybe I'll make an exception to that rule, whatever. But typically it's you don't have my availability until at least 24 hours from the time of your booking. And Dubsado makes that really easy to do with clients. I also use the Google appointment scheduling for like quick meeting schedules. And those ones I have less, not quite 24-hour buffer on it, a little bit shorter time, because that's usually more of an immediate need in clients using those links. But it still is a focused time, and I'm in control. I'm in control of my meetings. That's awesome. And from a female, I'm not there yet, but I think within the next couple months, I might follow my cycle a little bit and block off a couple days at the end of my cycle so that I'm not getting put into meetings when I'm really not showing up as my best because of hormones and physical, lovely female things. So that's next up, having control over my meetings in a way that really honors my body. And I do not take a meeting before 10 a.m. My brain does not function in the morning. You do not want to talk to me before 10 a.m. I'm up many hours before that, but it takes forever for my brain to turn on. So if you're hoping to talk to me before 10 a.m. Eastern time, I'm sorry. It's probably not going to happen. Even my closest friends know that. So meetings are on your schedule, nobody else's. So my last tip for time management and just productivity is, I'm gonna call it inbox zero. I really enjoy Google's email, like the Google Workspace email, and using their tabs for inbox promotion and social things, so I can flag certain emails to wind up in those buckets. And my goal is to keep my inbox as close to zero as possible. And as soon as a client request comes in and I've accomplished it, I filter it off, I label it as that client, and it takes it out of my inbox. It's still there, I still have record of it, but it's not sitting in my inbox. If something is related to, let's say, a meeting that I'm gonna have a couple days, I snooze that email to pop up in a few days. So like when I get a new lead from Dubsado, it emails me with that lead information that they filled out. I don't need to know that right then. I also get a confirmation when they've booked a free call with me. And so I look at when my free call is booked, and then I look at their lead email, and I snooze that email until the morning of their call booking so I can do some research, figure out who they are, be prepared for my clarity call with them at that time. But it doesn't need to sit in my inbox until that time. It's so good. At the end of every day, I love a clean inbox. It just helps my brain so much. And if there's a bigger task around an email, I'll also put that in Sunsama and like add it as a task, or you can drag it into Sunsama, but it will pull up like the email information and then set it as a to-do for you. So you can clear it out of your inbox, you can label it as the client, it's sitting there, but it hasn't left your to-do list, it's just keeping your inbox clean. I get really overwhelmed and have a really hard time replying to people's emails if I feel like everyone's asking for everything at once. And that happens when my inbox is too full. When I open it up and I see all these requests sitting there, I get overwhelmed and I put my head in the sand and I don't want to touch any of it. So I found a way that works for me, and that's scheduling out certain emails, handling them as they come in, or scheduling when I'm going to work on those emails. And it is, you guys, it has helped me so much. And it's not a brag that I have inbox zero. A lot of times my promotions tab is like super full. So if I were to pull up Apple Mail, it would still say I have hundreds and hundreds of unread emails that aren't actual emails. It's just that beautiful little inbox tab on my Google. Empty. When she's empty, my heart is, it just feels so good. Try it. If you can try it, seriously, try it for yourself. So those are my tips for today. I'd love to hear if any of these resonated with you, or if you have some other time management tips that you want to share down below, I would love to hear from you what you have to say about it. Be sure to check out Sansama and Dubsado for the tools that save my life and the behind the scenes of them. I have affiliate links down below. They will both save you money. My Dubsado link gets you 30% off your first month or year once you sign up, but you also get a free trial forever with Dubsado. It just limits you to 3 clients, so you can play around with it. And again, Sansama has that 2-week free trial, and then if you use my link, you get a full month credit back onto your account. I get a credit back onto my account as well for using my link, and Dubsado gives me a teeny tiny stipend for being a referral to you. So that's what I recommend. If you need help getting started to get organized, I'm here for you. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next week.